Hey, first grade, it's Miss Regal. It's time for Zearn Math. This video takes place of your classroom lesson, and then you go to your exit ticket in Nearpod, and then you're supposed to go to Zearn and do your digital lesson that matches whatever lesson we did today. I haven't heard back on any updates as to why Zearn is sending some people all the way back to lesson 1. But I will let you know when I hear something. Virtual learning norms are power, quiet, writing tools, exit tickets, and ask for help. This is grade 1, mission 1, lesson 14. Today's objective is I can count on up to 3 more using numeral and 5 group cards and fingers to track the change. So what we're saying here is I can use the strategy of counting on up to 3 more numbers using the 5 group cards. And I can use my fingers to track the change. Here's today's word problem. Remember RDW. I bet you know what that stands for. That's right. Read, draw, write. I'm going to read the word problem, and we're going to listen for numbers, keywords, and the units we're working with. Beth went apple picking. She picked 7 apples and put them in her basket. 2 more apples fell out of the tree right into her basket. How many apples does she have in her basket now? Draw a math picture and write a number bond and number sentence to match the story. All right, so first, did you hear any numbers? That's right, 7 was real easy to find, but there's another number. And the reason it's harder to find is because it is the number word. This is the other number we're working with, 2. So we're working with 7 and 2. Now right next to this word 2 is the key word, more. That tells us we're going to be adding. And what is the unit? What units are we working with? The units are apples. Beth went apple picking, so we're working with apples. All right, I'm going to turn all those to proper colors, and now they seem a little more clear. And because it asked for a number bond, I went ahead and drew my number bond boxes, so I'd be ready to go. The first thing we're going to do is draw those 7 apples that she had in her basket. All right, so we drew the first 7. Then what happened? 2 more apples fell out of the tree. So we're going to draw 2 more. And I made mine red so that I could see they were 2 more. So the question is, how many apples does she have in her basket now? Well, I'm going to build a number sentence. She started with 7, and we're going to add 2 more, and that equals 9. 7 plus 2 equals 9. She started with 7, 2 more fell out of the tree, and now there are 9 in her basket. Now we need the number bond filled out. 9 is the total or whole number. 7 is what she started with. And we have the other part is 2. So we drew our picture, we wrote a number bond and a number sentence, and the last thing we need is a statement. We're answering the question, how many apples does she have in her basket now? She has 9 apples in her basket. Here are our keywords for addition. We heard the word more in our word problem today. So in addition to more, we have in all, altogether, and add. Those are the key words that we've heard in our word problems so far. Brain break. Three, two, one. And we're ready to go. Concept development. Today, let's try some great strategies to help us solve missing numbers in math sentences. What are some of the ways we figured out the mystery number in our bear stories? We counted on and we used 5 group cards. And drawings. Drawings are always helpful. Let's use those strategies with this situation. Look at this picture. How many crayons are outside of the box? 2. There's a green one and a blue one. Let's use our fingers to keep track of these. As I point, put out your fingers to follow along. 1, 2. How many fingers do you have out? 2. Those 2 fingers match these 2 crayons. Let's count on to find out how many crayons are in the picture. We'll start with the box first. Use your fingers and count with me. So we're going to start with 4 fingers and go 4, 5, 6. So how many crayons are there all together? 6 crayons. Now we'll use our 5 group cards and build the number sentence using the number side of the 5 group cards. So we know we have 4 crayons in the box. We're going to add the 2 that are outside of the box. We're going to turn the 2 over to show the dot side of the 5 group card. We're going to count on using the 5 group cards. We're going to say 4, 5, 6. So the total is 6. What was the total when we counted crayons with our fingers? 6 crayons. So we checked ourselves with the 5 group cards. And our total was correct. Great job. Let's try another. How many hot dogs are outside of the package? 2. Let's use our fingers to keep track of these. As I point, put out your fingers to follow along. 1, 2. How many fingers do you have out? 2. Those 2 fingers match these 2 hot dogs. Let's count on to find out how many hot dogs are in the picture. We'll start with the package first. Use your fingers and count with me. So we're going to start with the 6 and go 6, and then here goes a finger, 7, and then another finger, 8. How many hot dogs are there all together? 8 hot dogs. Now we're going to use our 5 group cards and build the number sentence using the number side. We know there are 6 hot dogs in the package, and we're going to add the 2 outside of the package. We're going to turn over the 2 to show the dot side. We're going to use these cards to check our solution. So 6, 7, 8. What is the total when we use the cards? 8. So 6 plus 2 equals 8. What was the total when we counted hot dogs with our fingers? 8 hot dogs. How is counting on and using 5 group cards the same? When we count on using our fingers, it's just like when we touch the dots. Each finger is like a dot. Now it's time for our debrief. Are there any problems that have the same total? Well, look at these. 6 plus 2 equals 8, and 2 plus 6 equals 8. Those are the same total. So, yes, there are problems that have the same total. And we've listed all of those number sentences. The total can be at the beginning, and the parts can be on the end. So these are the 4 number sentences showing the parts 6 and 2 and the total or whole number 8. How can the totals be the same if we counted on different amounts? So this first one, we could say 6, 7, 8, and that's counting on 6 plus 2. But here you could go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How can the totals be the same if we counted on different amounts? Well, that's because the parts are the same. If the parts are the same, you're going to end up with the same whole number. It doesn't matter what order they're in. Just like here, the parts are the same, so the total is the same. Doesn't matter what order the parts are in. Did we finish the objective today? I can count on up to 3 more using numeral and 5 group cards and fingers to track the change. Woohoo! You were awesome today. Fly on over and do your exit ticket.